Breaking right now, Meghan Markle has been accused of using her horror Instagram video where she tried to turn receiving a charity lunchbox from Billie Eilish into some sort of Mother Teresa act.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you've been following the royal drama, you know that Levin doesn't hold back when it comes to Meghan Markle. And today we're diving into her latest revelations about Meghan's PR strategy and the shocking truths surrounding Archie and Lilibet. Trust me, this one is wild. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update.
Into a cold, hard way to promote merch. This is on the back of the fact that People magazine has now reported that the sweatshirt that she wore in the video, you know, the one that was embroidered with the names of her children that we never see, that this sweatshirt prompted an early end to maternity leave for the business owner, which they describe as game-changing. So the idea is that this crew neck sweatshirt has now been sold out. It was from Club Chain Stitch, a women-owned small business that uses a 1920s chain stitch machine to create custom products. But of course, Levin, this just buys into this suggestion that actually this was a very cynical move from Meghan Markle, not only to exploit a young 15-year-old, not only to exploit Billie Eilish, but also potentially to make a whole load of money.
Oh, she likes doing that, doesn't she? I mean, in every opportunity, it's all about money. And I can understand it when someone comes from a not very rich background, but she is really, really obsessed about money. That's why she's when she was doing something for the royal family, she wanted to be paid. She wants to be paid for everything. The Invictus Games next week, and she wants to be given £30,000 for 10 dresses. It's a charity. Earlier, before she came along, people didn't ask money for that. They would just go there because it is a charity. And I think she does that a lot. She likes to be paid in every which way she can. So here's another way of doing it.
All right, let's get into it. So let's talk about Meghan's PR strategy. Levin has been dissecting how Meghan and Harry carefully control their public image, and it's honestly fascinating. From orchestrated interviews to selective media leaks, Meghan's team has been working overtime to shape a narrative that benefits her. But here's the thing, it's not working like it used to. The public is catching on, and cracks are starting to show. Drop a comment below. Do you think Meghan's PR tactics are backfiring?
Putting your child's name around your neck. I mean, sometimes you say children do get you around your neck, but, that's the way she thinks. And money is never enough.
And then there's been so much weirdness this week, but have you also seen that via Architectural Digest, a new picture has emerged of the children?
They said they did it on purpose.
Well, indeed, it all seemed time because, of course, Gloria Steinem is a friend, and it was opened, and she would have had approval over the pictures. And is this just a way to sort of try and distract from all of the great stuff that Catherine is doing? What do you make of it?
Well, it could be that they're thinking now of introducing them to the country, because people have made a lot of fuss about that. And there's been a lot of guesses at where are the children? They're not here. She hasn't got them. And perhaps they're very slowly going to do this. Maybe people thought they might bring the children to the Invictus Games next week as a surprise. I don't think that's possible. But another time, if Harry's going to try and come back to London, it seems that he might want to have the children with him, but you can't just bring them suddenly and have lots of people taking pictures of them, which would make them, feel very uncomfortable, little children, that they're preparing them. Well, or it could be just a nonsense to say. And those two little children we see in the photograph aren't really the same as the children that we see from behind. They're not. The little one, Lilibet, on the left, I mean, she's not that big, but in the photograph where you see Harry holding out his arms to catch her, um, she's taller than Archie and long curly hair. She looks a very little girl there. I don't know why people would, they might want to choose something which shows them when they were much younger. But everything they do is a mystery because they don't want to come clean. They just want to make themselves talked about, and the rest will follow.
Let me know. Now, let's get into the real controversy, Archie and Lilibet. Angela Levin has been questioning why there's so much secrecy surrounding Meghan and Harry's children. Think about it. Very few public appearances, carefully controlled photos, and bizarre inconsistencies in their stories. What are they hiding and why?
I know, but there has been a lot of speculation about this image, Angela, and it's really fascinating you saying that something doesn't add up for you with it, because people have looked really closely, and for example, there's some suggestion that Lilibet's teeth are not natural in that photo, for example. Now, why would you Photoshop a picture of your young daughter in that way? It's very bizarre.
Well, they are bizarre. I mean, Meghan is bizarre. I don't think we can suspect anything else. But the little Archie doesn't look like he looks from behind either. But maybe they're just doing it for fun. And yes, there we are. There's a good picture that you see. She's
Which
not
was the
that
one on the
little tiny
front of the
girl on
card,
the
of
left.
course.
Yes, yes. But you can make a judgment of how large a child is if you see their face. And this little girl is actually, she's got quite a big face and she's quite a big girl. Whereas the one on the front of the card is not like that. But maybe she just wanted to take a picture that she really liked and thought was very funny, have a hand on her face, and they were just laughing. That's what they chose to do. And I think it quite obviously that the people who put it on the table wouldn't have done that without Meghan giving them the okay, because she would
Oh,
have.
no way.
Ultimately, this discussion raises some big-picture questions about how much we trust what we see in the media. For decades, we looked to public figures for inspiration. But with today's digital landscape, everything feels more calculated. There's a saying, not everything that glitters is gold. Sometimes, it's worth pausing and asking, what's real and what's just a well-crafted story?
No way. And it was open so strategically. So
Yes.
I guess what we don't know for sure is when the photo shoot was, and was this time for release to give promotion to Meghan's Netflix series, which of course was meant to be on air right now, or is it a more knee-jerk reaction? Because what we do often see, Angela, is when Catherine is receiving a lot of praise, and there's been a lot of praise for Catherine over the past week because there's been so many lovely videos of her, so many natural interactions with young children.
Levin believes this is all part of Meghan's media strategy to keep the mystery alive, fuel speculation, and stay in the headlines. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. The Netflix and book deal effect. We also have to talk about the impact of Meghan and Harry's Netflix deal and Prince Harry's book Spare.
Is it some sort of reaction to that? I mean, gosh, look at these lovely moments, Angela, which have just been so natural, you know, but Meghan will be hating that.
Yes. I mean, I think Meghan is very jealous of that. But you can't, little children are very good at judging people. And the ones when they were with Princess Catherine, they knew that she was very special. She actually introduced herself, saying, "My name is Catherine." She didn't tell them who she was, but these children felt something about her that was special. I think children know who are really caring about children and the ones who don't like them. And she just adores children. And there's one little girl, and she just held onto her hand. When they moved into different places, there she is. She held on all the time. She wouldn't let anyone else. She wanted to hold on, and she didn't know she was a princess. She just really, really liked her. And that's very nice. So Meghan would be tearing her hair out, saying, you know, why don't they do that to me? Because often when she goes to say hello to a little child, they push her away. Have you noticed that? a lot of them do push her away, or they turn their heads around. I don't know what they think, but they don't want to be held or cuddled.
Maybe they're just good judges of character, Angela. Maybe that's what it is. Now, Angela, we are also learning more details about With Love, Meghan. So the Daily Mail's Alison Boshoff has spoken to someone who has actually seen the show and writes today in an exclusive for the Mail. Meghan plays perfect hostess for Netflix, but with no cooking, no recipe ideas, and barely a glimpse of Harry. So this is what she's revealed, Angela. She reports the show continues with what is seen as her brand separation from her husband, with sources saying that Harry is barely glimpsed and barely mentioned. So how it will be received by viewers is set to depend on Meghan's charisma alone. There is also no mention or sighting of the couple's children, Archie and Lilibet, although this is less of a surprise as they closely guard their offspring's privacy. And this is what the source who has seen the show tells the Daily Mail. There is no point at which Meghan says, take 200 grams of flour or anything like that.
These projects have painted the royals in a certain light, but Angela Levin says it's all carefully scripted PR. And let's not forget the contradictions. Meghan and Harry claim they want privacy, yet they keep putting themselves in the spotlight. Something isn't adding up. If you're still watching, smash that like button and let's keep going.
It's a very magical and beautiful guide to hosting and entertaining rather than a how-to cookery show. It's about inspiration, more like, why not try and make this kind of pasta or this kind of dessert? Harry isn't in it. It's all her and all about her, but they add, it's very watchable. What did you make of this new knowledge of the show?
Well, it's very interesting because I think she didn't want to get cooking or anything like that because that's quite stable. She wants to be looked at as marvelous because she can make a cake look absolutely wonderful with little green bits here and little green bits there, and even water cubes. If you put a little leaf in there, it will look absolutely beautiful. Well, that's fine if you've got nothing better to do, but if in this world where most women are extremely busy, have jobs, have children, and if they don't have children, they have lots of appointments to do. I don't know that many women in today's world will actually want to know how to make a very special ice cube. And I think it's all about aren't I wonderful and being very delicate. But she did have her hair not tied back, and sometimes it goes almost into the ice cream, and it's not actually exactly what you want. But I think it's all about Meghan. And Netflix, who is saying it was absolutely wonderful and they're going to love it, and everyone is. I think a lot of people might watch it, but I think they're going to laugh at it and say, who's got time for that nonsense?
Yes. Yes, indeed. And Angela, apparently we're meant to feel so sorry for Harry and Meghan after their very strenuous couple of weeks doing disaster tourism in Los Angeles. So much so that following next week's Invictus Games, they are already planning to escape. This from the Daily Mirror, Angela. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are set to escape California as they focus on healing. They are set to take a trip to the Bahamas after facing intense pressure, according to a source. Oh, poor babies. So the Mirror writes, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have had a challenging few weeks, with Meghan being forced to delay her upcoming Netflix show and the pair being surrounded by divorce speculation. The split rumours started following reports Meghan had been in talks to write a post-divorce book, but this is what the source shared with the Mirror. Meghan and Harry have been under intense pressure, and they say that Tyler Perry has stepped in and offered them a place to stay for a relaxing getaway in his private residence in the Bahamas. Apparently, he owns an island, a private island called White Bay Cay, which he bought in 2009. And this other source told Heat magazine, Tyler has offered up his Bahamas home to the couple. He told Meghan to take time to reconnect and repair, insisting that she and Harry needed time away from everyone, Even the kids.
Media manipulation and public perception. Levin also points out how the media plays a role in this. Meghan's team knows exactly which outlets to use and how to spin stories in her favour, but the problem is people are getting wise to the game. The British press has pushed back hard against some of these tactics.
I mean,
Grandma
if this is...
will look after the kids. Grandma will look after the kids, and they'll get away and they'll be very peaceful. But
surely they're not that stupid to go away at the moment, given all of the criticism over...
Well, I think that if you don't get on very well with somebody, and you know them very well, the last thing you want is to go on holiday with them. Because if it's just you and them, you're going to be screaming and shouting, and they'll be getting on your nerves all the time. I mean, there's not going to be photographers there unless Meghan gets them. There's not going to be much to do, swimming, lying, on the beach, or something like that. But perhaps they hope that they could make it all up and it will be all lovely and wonderful. But I don't think so. I think that's just an opportunity to go away. She wouldn't want to do it by herself. And Tyler Perry has been very kind to do that. So they're going to do that. I think it will be an absolute disaster. And I'm very sorry about that. But if you're with somebody all that time on your own, it's going to be very, very difficult.
And even mainstream US media is starting to question things. Could we be witnessing the downfall of Meghan's carefully constructed PR empire? Final thoughts and call to action. So what do you think? Has Meghan's PR strategy been exposed for what it truly is? Is Angela Levin onto something? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to subscribe for more royal updates. Hit that like button and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.